Chapter 9 Mental Manifesting. Now we're going to get a little mental here. As a medical intuitive, I have learned that the source of pain and disease starts in your mental interpretation of the world. The body's health is the direct result and a reflection of your mind's health. When the mind decides to create something, there is a specific process that happens from the initial identification of a problem all the way to the physical manifestation that remedies the situation. The same thing can be said about the technique of throwing a ball. If there is a problem with the throwing action somewhere, in the mind will be the same problem. A walking stride can exhibit the same pattern as the mind process. If one has a hiccup in the mind, the body will copy and express the same hiccup. So pain and circumstance can reflect the same pattern you may be skipping in your mental manifestations. In Chapter 3, I go over the 4 stepping points of the physical body. I should start with the mental aspects of walking before the physical aspects of walking. However, not a lot of people are ready to hear about the concept that you may be causing your own health demise. Also, if you want your health back on your terms, you're going to have to do your own research. I recommend getting multiple opinions from different practitioners in different areas. With a myriad of opinions, I read between the lines and choose what I'm going to do. People would rather blame others in genetics for their health problems. I can confidently tell you from my experience, it does hurt at first, but if you can accept this concept that you create your health, then you will see many life improvements occur. When you take responsibility for your own health, your life will go from boring and hopeless to purposeful and joyful. Putting all your faith in others exposes you to being a victim of your own ignorance. By being able to observe how my body works, I've also been able to observe how my mind works, and I've come up with these 4 mental step points that correspond to the 4 physical step points. The 4 mental step points. 1. Clear intention of your dreams and desires. 2. Commit to action. 3. Following through. 4. Accepting the outcome. Steps 1 and 2 both work with developing a clear path and then deciding to fulfill it, as it relates to the current wants and needs. Step 3 and 4 work with the doing of said intention and being responsible to see the plan and accepting the good within the bad. Once this action is complete, reflection upon the outcome will determine what needs to be done for the next time. Both techniques of the spiritual mind connecting with the body are crucial factors that must be looked at. Using one or the other is not enough. The sum will be added up in our overall physical and spiritual health. Every issue can be resolved if we focus on the physical symptoms and the mental issues. If the mind is the source of the pain, just taking care of the body may delay resolutions and the issue will come up later again. Ideally, it is best to work with a variety of practitioners who work in different areas. A spiritual advisor or counselor is best for spiritual and mental guidance, while body workers, herbs, and other manual therapies are best for physical issues. When you witness how each practitioner solves your issues, then you can see the bigger part of the equation. If you only work with one practitioner or modality, then you may only see a small part of the big picture, which may not make any sense, and then you are not empowered in your own health. In Part 2, Toes Forward, I found 80% of people walk with their toes outward, and then there's 20% of people who walk with their toes inward. I've noticed a pattern within each group in their mental step points. When you walk with your toes outward, you will roll step points 3 and 4 together at the same time. Specifically, step point 4 is being skipped. This point must do with accepting the outcome. When you have your toes pointed outward, this means you really don't want to get there. It is like putting on the brakes. So when you put your feet straight ahead, notice how you begin to walk faster and get to where you want to go. This is like putting the brakes on with your toes outward, because you're unsure where you're going. Sometimes when we find out we have been doing something wrong, we'll go into denial and don't want to hear that we have been sabotaging a piece of ourselves for most of our life. It takes a lot of courage to be able to hear constructive criticism without becoming upset and taking it personally. What we should really be putting into our attention is, I want to be the best at what I do, so I will listen to all possible aspects that I may be doing something wrong. When you can listen to a coach or counselor giving you advice to improve your performance, this will only enhance the outcome. The same goes with running a business, completing a project, or listening to your partner. By being open to hear guidance from others and hear the painful advice from your body, this will be the beginning of putting you on the track for optimal health on your terms. Understand how things truly work, and then implementing them is the grand key to achieving enlightenment, soul purpose, pure bliss, and true health. The other 20% that walk with their toes pointed inward are skipping points 1 and 2. They are running on their toes and not hitting the heel. These people are usually in a big rush and are always falling forward, because they have not clearly stated their goals and what they specifically want, and they have the feeling of always being behind. When you don't state your goals, then you are doing a lot of extra running around, hoping you run into them. They're also in such a rush that they always overlook the opportunity because it has not manifested yet. One must be patient and allow your intention to manifest. It's like throwing a ball. These people will throw the ball of intention and then expend all their energy to run to where the ball is landing. Then when they get there, they notice there's nothing there, and then they get hit in the back of the head with the ball. They think next time, I'll just run faster. In fact, all they need to do is trust they are playing catch with the universe, and they're supposed to throw the ball back and let the universe throw back something better in return. Inward toe walkers need to let their heel dig into the ground and slow down. Be patient with where you are at, because chasing your tail ends up in the same place that you started. Watch and you'll see that by slowing down you'll get more things done and will waste less time and resources. So in conclusion, instead of slamming the door of the unwanted house guest called pain, invite it in as a secret counsel for the next steps you need to take. Empowering others and being responsible for our own lives brings clarity and purpose to living. We are shown everyday hints on how to lead our lives, and pain is one of those gifts. Embrace the messenger and walk in peace. There is never early or late. You're always on time.